Hi, welcome to this video today, which is our updated outlook for the British pound. It is the 2nd of October and it's Wednesday. Now, in terms of today's video, we're going to be updating our view in terms of GBP against the USD. We're also going to be looking at it against the Euro and also the GBP against the AUD and CAD. Now, the GBP is getting ready for a big move as Brexit negotiations come to the final end game, so to speak. And I expect the big move to occur, within a few days to a week now. Now, in terms of which way is the pound going to go, sentiment and fundamentals for us, we are looking for a really big move to the upside. Even if the pound goes down, downside is limited. The risk to reward on GBP longs is absolutely fantastic at the moment. I'll explain why when we get to the charts, which we're going to do right now. But please do keep in mind when I'm giving my analysis, it is my view as of right now. It could, of course, change in line with the market conditions. If you want all our trading techniques, our daily technical sentiment analysis of 14 Forex pairs, you can get live access to our member centre for a limited period on the link beneath this video. Right, pair we can do first is GBP USD.
GBP USD, it's the monthly chart. Just very quickly, first of all, just to point out some big levels. Then we're going to shift to the daily chart. But I've already drawn one level in. I've also got my target here. I'll go to my target in a moment, which you can't see on the daily chart, so we'll cover it on this chart. But this level here is very important. Just to tell you why. Basically, big red here on the Brexit vote out. Market thinks the UK is going to go out without a deal. We base off 120, go up to 140. Recently, the same happens. The market is in hysteria about the UK is going to leave with a no deal. But look what happens in the last 2 months. We've come off the level. You can see here. Both occasions, smart money commercials have come in heavily to buy into 120, and speculators have sold heavily on both occasions. So I think we could easily get up to 140. There is a level in between, which I'll cover on the daily chart. But in terms of the smart money, it remains heavily long. It has been for the last couple of months. And the speculators got a really big short position. That points to a really big rally in the GBP, in our view. And right, let's go and take a look at some exact levels of entry, stop and target on the daily chart, and just look at the latest in Brexit fundamentals and GBP USD daily chart. I'll do my technical levels in a moment, but in terms of all GBP pairs, just very important to know what's going on in terms of Brexit, and we're getting to the end of the saga, so to speak. The UK government has just delivered its new proposals to the EU, including plans to replace the Irish backstop. The European Commission have said there has been progress, but problems remain. I just took that from BBC News tonight. Obviously, EU are going to come back with a response. So my own view is the EU are going to basically agree a deal in principle with the UK. Not straight away. I think they'll do a little bit of toing and froing, so to speak. But they are going to agree a deal. And it makes total sense to the EU. And just want to go through these points because the EU cannot afford really not to do a deal with the UK. I'll come to that point in a moment. But I just want to make this point first of all. The proposals from the UK, for dealing with the Irish backstop are similar to plans the EU already have if the UK leaves without a deal. So there's good reasons to approve it, isn't it? If it's okay if there isn't a deal to have the checks away from the border, why not with a deal? It makes sense. There's going to be checks either way, so that is common sense, I think. Okay. Now, the government, this is very important, I think. The government is either going to be negotiating a new deal or working on a no deal. The EU is obliged by EU law only to negotiate with member state governments. They cannot negotiate with Parliament, and this government will not negotiate delay. Most people have heard of Parliament forcing Boris Johnson to basically seek an extension or go and ask the EU for an extension on the 31st of October if a deal is not agreed. Well, I would take this in terms of what's been said here as the government are just going to say, you don't negotiate with Parliament, you negotiate with us, and we're not interested. So basically, the EU know that the 31st is the deadline. Okay, so do you want to risk a no deal, or get a deal in place? Now, in terms of, I don't know if there's any plan to stop this if they did go through with it. But even if there was, there's going to be a general election coming. The UK is going to be leaving the EU. There's no point delaying it too long because uncertainty is hitting both economies. The UK is getting hurt with the uncertainty. You see that all the time in the media. The EU is getting hurt as well. You never really read about that in the media. The German auto industry in particular, they want to make plans. They want to know what's happening. It's important for both the EU and the UK. Okay, so a deal is in both the UK's and the EU's interest. And I think, in terms of the EU, it's kind of judgment time. Okay, you can go and try and be the tough guys, but there's no point. It's sensible to do the deal. And the upper hand was mostly with the EU until Boris Johnson came along. Now he's forcing the issue. So I personally think they'll both see common sense. They'll both do a deal. It won't be the deal that everyone is happy with, but it'll be a deal that's good for both sides to move forward with. Right, now onto the chart. Obviously, in terms of this 120 level, we saw it. No more sellers down here. We took a trade through here. Regular viewers of these videos will probably remember that it's 120, 165, if I can remember correctly. Took it up and we came back through 124 and took it out. So kind of smallish profit. And in terms of trading the GBP, we are pretty aggressive with moving our stop up or taking half off the table because obviously it can get, or it has been, very volatile, but it was okay profit. Comes down, come back in already at 123.45. Okay, so a little bit early. Saw the sell off, steadied up there, came back in. Then we've drifted down. But look at it, 5 candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Small, and on the last 3, you've got 3 bodies almost together. Okay, that's the indecision. Okay, everyone's waiting on this. So in terms of, we've got a small trade in already. We'll be adding. Now, in terms of support, obviously the ultimate support is back here. But we put our stop on our first position behind this level. So we've got 121.50. Okay, obviously if our stop was taken, we came down to 120, we'd look to key off that level. Okay. Now, in terms of if we go higher, where would you come in if you wanted to, of course? Draw trajectory there. It's going to be through the 124 level. So basically sorry, I'm looking my line out the way. Put that back. Basically that big red through. We've got 20-day moving average there. Got double trend line resistance through 124.30. It's a buy in our view. We'll be adding to our position. These candles will not provide any opposition because this is an impact event. Got a lot of stops here. A lot of stops here. Going up towards 132 as the first target, 140 as second target. You're 128 in between, okay? If you take the risk to reward, got 5 to 1 to first target, and if we get second target, obviously a lot more. This is a really skewed bet, or the expected payout. Okay, my scenario might not come good, okay? But if it doesn't, the risk isn't much. If a deal is agreed, it's going to get to 132 and beyond pretty quickly. Speculators are going to bail out and stop. So for me, it's kind of skewed bet. If you get 5 to 1s, you can get 4 trades wrong, 1 right, still break even. Get 2 out of 5 right, got a profit, haven't you? So, for me, I like what I call skewed bets. And I think this is a good one. Okay, my scenario might not come off, but Yeah, for us, a really good risk to reward trade. We haven't had much out of this one in terms of profit, okay, GBP USD so far. I would say that, yeah, if you're trading GBP USD, yes, it looks a good trade setup. But if you're trading against weaker currencies than the USD, yeah, particularly the commodity currencies, um, you could probably make more money. We've made more money out of the commodity currencies than the euro so far than we have the USD. So I'm just going to go show you the setups because, yeah, if you're doing a GBP USD pair, one of the other pairs as well, yeah, could if you do it with GBP USD, might give you bigger profit potential. Just use charts from our member center for the last three pairs. Now, just go through them very briefly. This is Euro GBP since we did the last video. We haven't changed our position. We're still holding that short from 91.80. Yeah, it's been a nice downtrend. 20-day moving average. We're coming back to the level. Got a poke up there. I would just literally sell weakness. Yeah, if it breaks up, you could sell back through the 20-day moving average and look for topping action. I think it's just a correction of oversold. Through this level here, down to 85, but really going down to monthly support at 80. This has got a really good risk to reward on it. Yeah, it's already been a nice profit. Natural correction, bit of congestion. She's going down in our view. Now let's go and take a look at our favourite in the crosses actually, which is GBP CAD. GBP CAD, that's our favourite GBP cross, and reasons our favourite is the pound, most oversold major currency of all. Canadian dollar is the most overbought, and this pair has got a lot of speculators short. And done a couple of trades in the pound long. Got one up here, didn't get much out of that one. Got a bit more out of that one because of that big blue. Then we came back. And now we just re-entered long. So far, they're just small profits, 150, 180 pips. But we're back in now. 162.70, 170, 163.70 at the moment. But I want to add, I've got one trade in early. I'll add above 164.30. Okay, so above here, then I expect her to run and take out really big speculative stop position. Now, in terms of this is a good entry for new trades because you can come in through here, stop back here. You don't have to go behind the second level. You can bring your stop up. You're looking for the run on straight away. Yeah. Now I've got 178. That's chart highs. I actually think it's going to go to 190 longer term. I just feel the pound is that oversold. So yeah, so far so good in this pair. We're looking for a really big move soon. But yeah, favourite of all my GBP pairs that I'm holding at the moment. I'm kind of switching allocations, depending on how they look at the time. But this one looks the best to me at this present moment in time. Right, let's have a look at, finish off with looking at GBP AUD. Look at GBP AUD. Actually, I'll look at GBP NZD while I'm here as well, because that's the chart beneath this one. But been choppy, but the pound, has moved the upside, and there is good support here now at 182 through 184, basically going up to 188. But look at this target here, 2, right off the top of the computer screen. Yeah, another really good risk reward trade, and the commodity currencies, I think are going to get really hurt, and the pound going to power higher. This one looking good. We've got some allocation in this one as well. Major in GBP CAD though. The one we have a small allocation in, and I've actually banked it out to put it now into GBP CAD, was GBP NZD. I only had a small trade in this one. It was the best trend, which is a bit disappointing. Massive move. I know the Kiwi's been weak. 185, up to 196. Yeah, well over 1,000 pips. I mean, we had a good percentage of that, but basically we just didn't have a big enough allocation. So really, I think this one is going up still, but my biggest allocation is on GBP CAD now because I think that's the one that hasn't moved to its full potential. So I think it's going to play catch up. British pound longs just look really good to us. Yeah, we've seen some strength, But when you consider how oversold sterling is, I've never seen, I think, did I say it earlier, a currency that's so oversold in my whole trading career. It's so far below fair value. It's been sold off like an emerging market currency, not like the currency of the fifth largest economy in the world. All to do with Brexit. I'm very optimistic about what will happen. I think pound's going to have a really big rally. Risk to reward is good. Even if we're stopped out, we'll be continuing to probe the long side. You can follow these trades obviously in our videos or daily in our member centre. So thank you very much for watching me. Take care and have a good day.